scattered dream. It's like a far off memory. A far off memory. It's like a scattered dream. I want to line the pieces up. Yours and mine. Okay, guys, so I'm going to do a video blog again. I know I just put one up, but this is really fun so far. And I'm just going to talk about video games because I am a video game girl. And video games make me happy. Okay, let's see. First of all, I think my favorite video game series would be Kingdom Hearts, and I just quoted the second game. For all of you Kingdom Hearts fans out there, I'm sure you knew that. And I could also say Axel's quote. Got it memorized. Love that. But like I said, my favorite game series is Kingdom Hearts. But then Pokemon is really fun. I've been playing Mystery Dungeon, the new one that just came out for 3DS, like March 24th, I believe. Yeah, it was like 3 days before my birthday, so that's how I remember. I think it's called, I don't know the full name, Mystery Gates. I don't know, but anyway, I've been playing it. It's quite fun. It's a little bit different than the others. It's more 3D looking. And if you've seen the trailers for X and Y, Pokemon X and Y, that's coming out I think in October of this upcoming year, then you'll see that they're trying to do more 3D stuff. And that is pretty exciting. I think you can actually customize your characters like in The Sims or like in the newest Harvest Moon, which is for the 3DS as well. And I can't remember the name, sorry. But for 3DS, that one's pretty fun too. Harvest Moon is another game series that is very fun. And I'm going to talk about some of the video games, like not too in depth, but just the parts I like about them. Okay, so now first Kingdom Hearts. That one is fun. The story, because of the story, first of all. I mean, come on, just think about it. You're a boy living on these islands, called Disney Islands, of course, and you're just, going about your day with your friends, when suddenly there's a storm. And you find out that you can use a Keyblade, which you don't know what that is yet, but you will. See, the fun thing about Kingdom Hearts is they have a very in-depth storyline, characters that are lovable, characters that you already know from Disney, characters from other places like Final Fantasy. But yeah, it's really fun. And I just love killing the Heartless. And in the second game, Organization 13, some of those guys are hard to beat. But they are creative battles. Like, let's see, I'll give you an example of one that I really liked. And that one would be, hold on, let me just think a sec. Oh yeah. Okay, I don't know how to pronounce this guy's name because I'm really bad at pronouncing names. I think it's Zigbar or Zigabar. Guy with the eye patch. Kind of looks like a pirate, yeah. His little battle was amazing. He's like, oh yeah, I have these weapons that kind of shoot out projectiles like a gun. And you have to run around everywhere. And you have to, shoot back at me, but I'm way up here and you're down there. But yeah, I just love Kingdom Hearts because of the fighting, the storyline, the lovable characters. I think my favorite Kingdom Hearts game would have to be Birth by Sleep. I just love the characters. Aqua is a very strong character. She's interesting, and she doesn't seem like dependent on others too much, which is always good in a female character. Always. Because you do want a character who isn't so whiny, so, oh, I need help every 2 seconds, I'm a damsel in distress. No. Okay, so I'm gonna move on to Harvest Moon, because I'm talking too much about Kingdom Hearts. Anyway, so, Harvest Moon. the main premise of it is this. It might sound kind of silly, but I've always loved this concept. Okay, you are a girl or a boy. In the earlier games, you were a boy. Don't know why. Maybe these games appealed more to boys back then, but then they realized girls were liking them too. Anyway, the premise is it's a dating sim. Okay, there we go. And you, as a boy or girl, court your future spouse. But there's more to it than that. You own a farm. It's kind of like Farmville a little bit only. Only it's much better than that because you can grow crops. You can, have animals like cows and sheep. And in the new ones, I'm pretty sure alpacas. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. But yeah, I don't think I am. And you have a little cat that you can buy. And there are love scenes too, which these are very important. If you screw one up, it's not going to ruin it, but it will be hard to get those love points back. And love points basically are just points that go to like how many marriage points, I guess you could say. You need like 60,000 marriage points or something like that, and that hasn't changed, I don't think, or 65,000 marriage points. And in the old ones, you used to be able to get a bangle or bracelet, something like that. And you could see how many love points your future spouse had. Or, girlfriend, boyfriend. That's an interesting part that this new Harvest Moon game for the 3DS. You actually get a ring, and you propose to be their boyfriend or girlfriend, which that's pretty cool. And you have to do this before you marry them. Let's see, now Pokemon, yeah. Okay, now that game series has been with me forever. It was my first game series. My grandpa gave me a Game Boy Color. It was a purple one, light purple. And I had Pokemon Yellow. That game brings back so many memories. I loved it. You just would walk around with Pikachu, and he would make the funniest faces when he was in the tower. I think it's Tower of Terror, the one in Lavender Town. I'm sure most of you know that. Where that is, but Pikachu would make these petrified looking faces that were just amusing to look at. I know that sounds horrible, but I was just like, oh, it's so cute, And if he got poisoned, he would look like really ill, And then you can make it so he loved you and he had little hearts. It was adorable. But the reason I love Pokemon so much is probably because the storylines, and I like the characters too, of course, but the whole concept of it is really interesting. Catching Pokemon, these creatures called Pokemon. You get these balls, Grid Ball, Master Ball, which catches them automatically. Although, if you remember the first movie of Pokemon, which I'm sure most of you do, with Mewtwo, the Master Ball did not work on him. And I was just thinking, wow, that isn't accurate to the games, because in the games you can catch Mewtwo with a Master Ball. Everyone can. And the sad part is you can't get Mew unless you get, like, a Game Shark. And nowadays I don't know what they're called, but probably something called Game Shark or something along those lines. But I just really love video games. And I probably like RPGs better than shooter games. I don't really like shooter games, but I do love one shooter game. Left 4 Dead 2. I have it for the PC, and it came with the first game and the second game. And all of the campaigns were unlocked. You just had to play them through. And that game is really fun. I normally am terrified of zombies. Like in a game, And this game, I don't know, it's so much fun. It's not like the others. If I were you, I would check it out if you haven't played it. But that is how I feel about video games. I'm a big video game girl. And I guess just, have this whole talk memorized. See ya.